So, what is the ultimate goal when it comes to spirituality based coaching? The ultimate goal is to live an unmasked life. Do you hear me? An unmasked life. So, here is my philosophy, or here's my thought process, that most of us go through life living masked. What does that mean? That means we don't really show our true self. We come up with excuses for why we're not going to show our true self. Maybe we feel like we're not going to be accepted, or maybe it's not professional, or it's not what everybody's used to, right? The status quo. And I don't know about you, but I know that I've gotten to this point in my life and I'm being very intentional about how I practice this. But I want to live, I plan on living an unmasked life. That means I don't want, like, when people pass by you, like when people are saying hi and they're like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And you're like, I'm good. And you keep it moving. I'm not saying that I want to unload on people, but I don't feel like lying anymore. Like, I don't feel like saying, I'm good, I'm all right. I just kind of feel like saying, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm kind of keeping the peace. I'm trying to bring peace in my life right now. I'm trying to center my mind. Like, I just want to keep it real to that point. And I guess right now I'm just being very, facetious with it, like saying, I just want to keep it real, but I just want to live an unmasked life. Like, I want to know that when I get up in the morning and I'm going somewhere, I'm heading to wherever it is that I'm heading to, that I feel good about it. That's what I want to do. And it's not just because I'm trying to survive, right? And it goes back to a message that I had said, that I had made earlier. Where are you coming from? Are you coming from a place of abundance, or are you coming from a place of lack? My goal in life is to see things from being positioned in abundance. So what does that mean? That means I don't see life as I'm surviving. I'm careful about my language, right? Because the ultimate goal that I have for myself is to live unmasked. So it's to be real about what I'm feeling, be real about what I'm going through. And it doesn't mean that I'm sharing it with everybody, right? Like, I think that's reckless, but it means to just be real with myself and not try to fool myself and make it seem like I'm all good when I'm not all good. Tending to my own needs and being present for myself, right? Because we're always present for other people, especially when you work for someone else. Even in a marriage, right? We're always present for someone else. But what about for ourselves? I believe that true abundance in life comes from living unmasked. That means I don't have to pretend. I can be real about what I'm feeling in the moment. Not to judge myself, but to be aware of where my mindset is. Where does my mind seem to go? Where does it tend to go? And you can always tell most of the time by how you feel, right? Like, sometimes I'll stop myself, I'll pause in the day and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like, my heart is like getting all jittery. And I'm feeling anxious. And I'm like, okay, what am I anxious about? And sometimes I have to like sit there and think. And I'm like, okay, what am I thinking about? What have I been thinking about? Right? Because it's so automatic. What am I thinking about? What is going through my mind? Because you've heard about that, right? Like, there's 70,000 thoughts that goes through our mind every day. Can you imagine that? 70,000 thoughts. Can you think of 5 of them? Probably not. What thoughts are we having, right? So sometimes I pause and I'm like, okay, I feel this anxiety. I feel my heart beating. Pop, 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 pop. My stomach is hurting a bit. What am I thinking about? What am I entertaining in my mind? Because if I'm not careful, I'll just keep creating that anxious feeling. And if I'm not careful, because I'm so used to ignoring my feelings, that it can become my norm. How do I get to the place where I live this unmasked life? And it really starts with being aware, like increasing your own awareness, but allowing yourself to feel. One of the hardest things to do, allowing yourself to feel. Oh my gosh, allow yourself to feel it. I'm telling you, the ultimate goal for me, like in my life, has been, I want to keep it real. Not keep it real, be rude, but keep it real that I know where I'm at all times. I know where Tracy is at. I know what it is that I want, and I'm there with it. And if I'm feeling something, I will allow myself to feel it. But that is the ultimate goal, is living that unmasked life. What are you feeling right now? Can you pause? Can you locate it in your body? And then if you can locate it in your body, what thoughts do you think are causing that feeling in your body? And it's just these little exercises that we do. It's nothing big. Sometimes we think it has to be this big thing, but it's just these little exercises. What are you feeling in your body? Where is it? Can you increase your awareness? If you want to learn more, visit me at www.beboldbu.com. And if you'd like to get into a discussion, just learn a little bit more, definitely book your free complimentary session. All right, talk to you later.